بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله أستعينه واستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصهما فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم. My dear audiences and my dear friends, brothers, sisters, well-wishers who are watching through Facebook, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is a great pleasure for me to attend this Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil, and at the very beginning I would like to express my deep gratitude to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me opportunity to attend this Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil, and for this reason let us say Alhamdulillah, all praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, in today's Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil we shall have elaborate discussions on verse number 145 from Suratu Emraan. Suratu Emraan is the surah number 3 from the Holy Qur'an, and in verse number 45, inshallah, we shall discuss this verse. As usual, at the very beginning, we shall go through the recitation as well as meaning of this verse. Inshallah, then we shall go to the elaborate discussion. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما كان لنفس أن تموت إلا بإذن الله كتابا مؤجلا ومن يرد ثواب الدنيا نؤته منها ومن يرد ثواب الآخرة نؤته منها وسنجزي الشاكرين صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, Subhanallahil azim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin abdika wa rasulik. I seek shelter to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the accursed devil, from the accursed shaitan, and I am beginning with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is most merciful, most beneficent. وَمَا كَانَ لِنَفْسٍ أَن تَمُوتَ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ كِتَابًا مُوَجَّلًا. No soul, no animal, no man will die until and unless prior permission written in the book by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَن يُرِدْ ثَوَابَ الدُّنْيَا نُؤْتِهِ مِنْهَا. And those who want their reward in the life of this world, I give them a little. وَمَن يُرِدْ ثَوَابَ الْآخِرَةِ نُؤْتِهِ مِنْهَا. And those who want their reward in the life of hereafter, I shall give them their reward. وَسَنَجِّي الشَّاكِرِينَ. And these grateful persons will be rewarded very soon. Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said the truth, and His prophets and messengers have also said the truth, and we are among the witnesses. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the greatest. O Allah, bless our Prophet and your servant Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this was the recitation as well as meaning of verse number 145, ayat number 145 of Suratu Ali Emraan. There is a shane nuzul. There is a reason of revealing this verse. This verse has been revealed upon our Prophet during his prophetic life in Medina. As we know that the prophetic life of our beloved Prophet is divided into two parts. Out of 23 years of prophetic life, our beloved Prophet has spent first 13 years in Mecca and rest of the 10 years in Medina. So this verse was revealed while our Prophet had been living in Medina during his prophetic life in Medina. And the shane nuzul of this verse is there. This verse is related regarding Battle of Uhud. Battle of Uhud is the second battle in the history of Islam. As we know, the non-believers of Mecca tried to destroy Islam from this world. And first battle of Badr was held. In the battle of Badr, the non-believers were defeated in a great margin. And then in the Uhud, battle of Uhud, they again came to destroy Islam. And our beloved Prophet also, taking preparation from Medina, went near the Uhud field, and our beloved Prophet, while made his tent for the Muslim, made tents for the Muslims regarding a mountain, and while he made his tents, our beloved Prophet was the greatest martial artist of all times. Our Prophet, he was the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was the best person in the world. He was the best father. He was the best husband. He was the best leader. And our beloved Prophet himself took part as many as in 19 battle, 19 war, 19 jihad. Our beloved Prophet took part physically. And our beloved Prophet was the greatest martial artist of all times. While he made tents for the Muslims near the mountain, he noticed, our beloved Prophet noticed that there was a pass behind the hill, behind the mountain, and he noticed, our beloved Prophet ﷺ noticed that there is an apprehension of attacking by the enemies from behind. So our beloved Prophet engaged as many as 50 archers. We know archery. Archery means shooting arrow. 50 expert archers were appointed under the leadership of Abdullah ibn Jabir radiallahu anhu. And the pass behind the mountain, it was called Jabal-e-Ruma. Jabal-e-Ruma. He appointed as many as 50 archers of Muslims, expert archers of Muslims, under the leadership of Abdullah ibn Jabir radiallahu anhu, and ordered them to watch the pass so that the enemies cannot enter from behind and attack the Muslims. Whenever they will try to attack from behind from the pass, you will throw arrows as like as the rain. And 50 archers, they were very expert, and Abdullah ibn Jabir was their leader. Khalid ibn Walid, still he did not accept Islam. In the battle of Uhud, he came to take part in the battle against Muslim. And as we know, Khalid ibn Walid was one of the greatest soldier of that time. And when the battle started, the war of Uhud started in between the Muslims and the non-Muslims of Kafir, non-Muslims of Makkah. The non-Muslims under the leadership of, a few minutes ago I said the name, the soldiers of non-Muslims tried 3 times to attack the Muslims from the pass behind the mountain, but Abdullah ibn Jabir radiallahu anhu and his other 49 companions threw arrows to them like the rain, and they could not enter. They could not enter to the pass. At one stage, Muslims were about to get victory, but our beloved Prophet, while engaged the archers in the duty of the pass, Jabal-e-Ruma, he ordered them to remain present, to guard the pass until and unless he give them second order. That means our beloved Prophet told them strictly to watch the pass, to watch the Jabal-e-Ruma strictly, and do not move from there without order of our beloved Prophet. But unfortunately, while Muslims were about to win the battle, the 40 archers thought that they have won the battle, they have won the war, and they went to collect the war supplies, the materials, the goods left by the non-Muslims. They started to collect the goods of war. And at that time, Khalid ibn Walid, who at that time did not accept Islam, and during the Battle of Uhud, he came to take part in the war against Islam, against Muslim. Khalid ibn Walid, the experienced leader, experienced soldier of the non-Muslims, so that 40 archers have left their duty. In that opportunity, he again attacked the Muslims from the pass, and Abdullah ibn Jabir radiallahu anhu and his 9 companions tried their best, but they were also killed by the non-Muslims, and the Muslims were attacked from behind, and as a result, Muslims face a great loss. And for the mistakes of the 40 archers who led their duties, the Muslim had to pay a lot. Many Muslims died. Even our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was also injured. He was also injured seriously. And at that time, some Muslims were fleeing from the battlefield. And this verse number 145 has been revealed upon the Muslims to encourage them in the jihad, in the battle of Uhud, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, you are fleeing from the battlefield, you are running away from the battlefield to save your life, but you do not know. وَمَا كَانَ لِنَفْسٍ أَن تَمُوتَ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ كِتَابًا مُوَجَّلًا. You do not know the time of death, the date of death is fixed for each and every soul. Each and every soul will die whenever he is to die. That means a person will meet his death whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has fixed his death. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has encouraged the Muslims not to flee from the battlefield. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has encouraged the Muslim to participate in the jihad, because we say life means the game of birth and death. Yes, life means birth and death. Men will take birth and men will die. This is the as usual rule of this world. But whenever man will die, it has been fixed by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one should not come back from the battlefield in fear of losing life, because if he returns from the battlefield, he is thinking that he will save his life. No, he will die whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has fixed his death. So in this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has encouraged the Muslims to take part in the battle of Islam without fearing the death, because death is exclusively under the hand of our Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we shall not die before the fixed time fixed by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So from this verse number 145, we shall take lesson that whenever we shall take initiative to spread Islam, whenever we shall take some steps to spread Islam, many bars will come. At that time, we shall have to remember one thing, that no one can make any loss to our life, because the owner of our lives is Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already fixed the time of our death. So we should not fear death. We should not come we should not go backward in afraid of death, in spreading Islam, in spreading teachings of Islam. So at first, now inshallah we shall go some relevant other verses from the Holy Quran. Those are relevant in today's tafsir. A first relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 185 from Suratu Emraan. Verse number 185 from Suratu Emraan is relevant in today's tafsir. Here Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Kullu nafsin zaikatul maut wa innama tuwaffawna ujurakum yawmal qiyamah faman juhjihal anin nari wa udkhilal jannata faqad faz wa mal hayatud dunya illa mata'ul ghurur. Verse number 145. The first portion is known by every one of us. Kullu nafsin zaikatul maut. Each and every soul must meet death. Wa innama tuwaffawna ujurakum yawmal qiyamah. Why everyone will face death? Because after death, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will again revive us in the life of hereafter. And that means on the day of judgment, we shall be revived by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after reviving us, وَإِنَّمَا تُوَفَّوْنَ أُجُورَكُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us our due reward. فَمَنْ جُهْجِيَ عَنِ النَّارِ وَأُدْخِلَ الْجَنَّةَ فَقَدْ فَازَ. Those who will be saved from the fire, from the hell, and enter in the paradise, in the Jannah, that will be his greatest achievement. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. Our life in this world is nothing but a mere deception. So, we should remember one thing, that in this world, we have been sent by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for a limited period, either 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, or 80 years. After expiry of this tenure, after expiry of this period, we shall have to return to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by facing death. So this was verse number 185 from Suratu Emraan, that is relevant in today's tafsir. Next relevant verse is verse number 78 from Suratu Nisa. Verse number 78 from Suratu Nisa is relevant in today's tafsir. Here Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Aynama takunu yudrikumul maut walau kuntum fi buruzim mushayyada. Aynama takunu yudrikumul maut walau kuntum fi buruzim mushayyada. Wherever you will hide yourself to avoid death, if you hide yourself in a fort, in a tower, in a secret place, the death will find you out. That means we are unable to avoid death, because if anyone's death is fixed, he must die at that time, because no one can escape from death, no one can avoid death. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in verse number 78 from Suratu Nisa, if you hide yourself in a secret place, even in a secret fort, in a secret tower, death will find you out. This was verse number 78 from Suratu Nisa. Next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 8 from Suratul Jummah. Verse number 8 of Suratul Jummah is relevant in today's tafsir. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, قُلْ إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ الَّذِي تَفِرُّونَ مِنْهُ فَإِنَّهُ مُلَاقِيكُمْ ثُمَّ تُرَدُّونَ إِلَى عَالِمِ الْغَيْبِ وَالشَّهَادَةِ فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. This verse has been revealed regarding the Jews, the Yehudi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying them, O my beloved Prophet, tell the Jews, tell the non-believers, قُلْ إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ الَّذِي تَفِرُّونَ مِنْهُ فَإِنَّهُ مُلَاقِيكُمْ. You are running away, you are fleeing from death. Remember, this death will meet you. ثُمَّ تُرَدُّونَ إِلَىٰ عَالِمِ الْغَيْبِ وَالشَّهَادَةِ. And after meeting the death will take you to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the owner of seen and unseen everything. Why he will take you there? فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. He will take you there. Death will take you to the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell you what you used to do in the life of here, in the life of this world. We are doing many sin. We are doing many crime. We are doing many illegal actions very secretly. Someone is taking bribe very secretly. Someone is deceiving people very secretly. Someone is involved with the business of interest. Many people are engaged in many illegal activities, and they think that nobody is seeing me, I am not seen by anyone. But remember one thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching everything what we are doing in this world. And whenever we will meet death, by facing death, we will go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell us everything what we used to do there. So this was verse number 8 from Suratul Jummah. And next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 11, Suratul Munafiqun. Last verse of Suratul Munafiqun. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَلَنْ يُؤَخِّرَ اللَّهُ نَفْسًا إِذَا جَاءَ أَجَلُهَا وَاللَّهُ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. Whenever fixed time for death will come for anyone, he will not be given any extension. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything what we are doing here. So we must remember that whenever death will come to us, and if we pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, please extend my time, extend my tenure in this world. I will do good things. I will spend my all properties in your way, for the way of Islam. But whenever one's fixed time will come, he will not be given any extension, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not give anyone any extension. When one's fixed time will come, he or she must face death. He or she must face death, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell him what he used to do in this world. Then in today's tafsir, our relevant verse is verse number 1 and 2 of Suratul Mulk. Verse number 1 and 2 of Suratul Mulk is relevant in today's tafsir. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, تَبَارَكَ الَّذِي بِيَدِهِ الْمُلْكِ وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْغَفُورُ. تَبَارَكَ الَّذِي بِيَدِهِ الْمُلْكِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the owner of everything, and all power is in his hand. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ, and he is powerful over everything. And next, verse number 2 is very much relevant in today's tafsir. In verse number 2, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created death and life in order to test you who is better, who is good in his activities. وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْغَفُورُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala most powerful, most forgiving. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us in this world for a limited period to test us. We have come in this world for a limited period to give examination. This world is nothing but it is a field of examination. It is a field of test. If we do good in this test, we shall get good reward in the life of hereafter. And if we do not do good activities, if we are involved with sins, if we are involved with crimes, if we are involved with illegal activities, if we are involved in anti-Islam activities, in the life of hereafter, we shall face irreparable loss and injury, irreparable damage, and on that day, no one will come to help us, because on that day, everyone will be busy regarding himself. Because in verse number in Suratu Abasa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَبَنِيهِ. In the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, on the day of judgment, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَبَنِيهِ. We love our parents very much. We love our sons and daughters very much. We love our brothers and sisters very much. But on the day of judgment, parents will flee from their sons and daughters. Sons and daughters will flee, run away from their parents. Brothers will run away from their another brother. Brother will run away from their sister. Because on the day of judgment, everyone will remain busy regarding regarding themselves. On that day, no one will come to help you. So we shall have to remember that after completing our tenure in this world, after completing our period of life in this world, we shall have to return to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we shall have to give accounts of all the activities we are doing in this world. So this was the tafsir of verse number 145. That was the first portion. In the second portion, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَمَنْ يُرِدْ ثَوَابَ الدُّنْيَا نُؤْتِهِ مِنْهَا وَمَنْ يُرِدْ ثَوَابَ الْآخِرَةِ نُؤْتِهِ مِنْهَا وَسَنَجِّ الشَّاكِرِينَ. In this world, Muslims are divided in two parts. Some Muslims pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give everything in this world. Islam does not prefer this. Islam does not allow this. Being a Muslim, being a believer, our main goal, our main aim is to become successful in the life of hereafter. We shall pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala both for the benefit of here and hereafter. Those who used to pray only for here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like them. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَمَنْ يُرِيدِ ثَوَابَ الدُّنْيَا نُؤْتِهِ مِنْهَا. Who want reward in this world, I give them a little. But those who want reward in the life of hereafter, I give them reward both in here and hereafter. So, being a believer of Islam, being a Muslim, we shall pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for welfare both in here and hereafter. And relevant verse regarding this part of this verse is verse number 200 to 202 from Suratu Baqarah. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, فَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَقُولُ رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا وَمَا لَهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَاقٍ. Those who pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them everything in the life of here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, in the life of hereafter he will not get anything. And those people who pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for both here and hereafter, they are liked, they are preferred by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In verse number 201, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَقُولُ رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Those who ask to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them welfare both here and hereafter, and who pray to save them from fire, from the hell. أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمْ نَصِيبٌ مِّمَّا كَسَبُوا. And though these people who pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala welfare both here and hereafter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمْ نَصِيبٌ مِّمَّا كَسَبُوا. I will give them reward as per their activities. Wallahu sari'ul hisab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is quick in taking accounts. So this was verse number 200 to 202 from Suratul Baqarah. And next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 18 and 19 of Suratu Bani Israel. 18 and 19 of Suratu Bani Israel is relevant in today's tafsir. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Man kana yuridul ajilata ajjalna lahu fiha ma nashahu fiha ma nashahu liman nuridu summa ja'alna lahu jahannam yaslaha mazmuman madhura wa man arada al-akhirata wa sa'a laha sa'yaha wa huwa mu'minun fa ulaika kana sa'yuhum mashkura. Same thing. Those who only want reward in this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, I give them a little, and then they will be thrown in the fire like a hated person, like a accursed person. And those who want reward in the life of hereafter, and they took attempt for that purpose. That means those who are mu'min, who are the believers. And because believers want reward in the life of hereafter. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that they are the grateful and they will be given due reward in the life of hereafter. And in this world they will also get benefit. And next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 20 of Surah Shura. Surah Shura, verse number 20 is relevant in today's tafsir. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying about the same thing. Man kana yuridul harsal akhirata nazid lahu fil harsihi wa man kana yuridu harsad dunya nu'tihi minha wa ma lahu fil akhirati min nasib. Whoever want only reward in this world, they will be given a little, and in the life of hereafter they will not get anything. And those who want reward in the life of hereafter, they are the actual, they are on the actual way, they are on the right way. So, being a Muslim, it will be our main motto, it will be our main purpose, it will be our main aim, it will be our main goal to get success in the life of hereafter. Because the tenure of our life in this world is very short, very petty, very short, very little, either 50 years, 60 years, 70 years or 80 years. But after expiry of this age, this tenure in this world, we shall have to meet death. And after meeting death, we shall have to go to our only Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to give accounts of our activities in the life of here. So, in verse number 185 of Suratu Emraan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has clearly said that the life in this world is nothing but a deception. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. The period of life in this world, the tenure of life in this world is nothing but a deception. If we give priority the life of this world, we will be deceived. We shall have to face loss in the life of hereafter. Now inshallah we shall go to some relevant hadith regarding today's tafsir. In today's tafsir we are discussing regarding life and death, because our life in this world is nothing but a game of birth and death. We have taken birth in this world. One day we shall have to face our death. We shall have to return to our destination. We shall have to return to the main destination, that is the destination of hereafter. We shall have to appear to our only Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in order to give the accounts of our activities in the life of here. So in first hadith in today's tafsir, an Aisha radhiyallahu anha qalat, qala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, adhabul qabru haqqun, adhabul qabri haqqun, rawahul Bukhari. This hadith has been narrated by Ummul Mu'minin Aisha radhiyallahu anha. Mother Aisha radhiyallahu anha has narrated this hadith. She has said that our beloved Prophet has said, Azabul qabri haqqun. The punishment in the grave is true. Being a Muslim, we must believe that after our death, we shall be buried in the grave. And grave is waiting for us. If we do good, we shall be escaped we shall be saved from the punishment of grave. But if we do not do good, if we commit sin in this world, if we commit illegal activities in this world, if we violate the rules and regulations of Islam in this world, in the grave, we shall have to face punishment. So, being a Muslim, we shall have to believe that azabul qabri haqqun, punishment in the grave is true. Next hadith in today's tafsir is قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إن القبور روضة من رياض الجنة وحفرة من حفر النار رواه الترمذي. Grave, this is the door to enter in the life of hereafter. And if we do good, this grave will be garden of paradise for us. And if we do not do good, if we commit sin, if we violate the rules and regulations of Islam, if we do not follow the rules and regulations of Holy Qur'an and Hadith, this grave will be a ditch, a pit, a hole of fire, hole of hell. So, Rawahu Tirmizi. Being a Muslim, we must believe that the punishment in the grave is true. If we do good, we shall be saved from the punishment, and our grave will be the part of heaven. And if we do not do good in the life of hereafter, if we commit sins, if we deceive people, if we violate the rules and regulations of Islam, if we do not follow the rules and regulations of Quran and Hadith, this grave of us, of our grave will be the hole of fire. That is, our grave will get a connection with the hell, with the Jahannam. Rawahu Tirmizi. And if we do good, our grave will get connection with the Jannah, with paradise. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم تحفة المؤمن الموت رواه البخاري ومسلم. A Muslim, a true believer will never be afraid of death, because whenever death comes to a believer, his examination is over. He will get reward. We see in the educational institutions, the students who used to study well regularly, who used to work hard, they become happy on the day of pronouncement of result, because they work hard all the year round. Today they will get their benefit. As the good student, a believer of Islam, a mu'min, whenever death comes to him, he accepts the death as a gift for him. And for this reason, in both Bukhari and Muslim, this hadith has been narrated, Tuhfatul mu'minil maut. Tuhfatul mu'minul maut. Death is gift for the believers. Next hadith in today's tafsir is that Hadithu Burayda radhiyallahu anhu qala annahu ghaza ma'a Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sitta asharatan ghazwatan muttafaqun alayhi. At the very beginning of this tafsir, I already said that our beloved Prophet took part in the battle, as many as 19 battles. Allahu Akbar. We have got Islam, but this Islam has not come very easily. Our beloved Prophet himself took part physically as many as in 19 jihad, in 19 battles of Islam. And this companion, Hazrat Buraida radiallahu anhu, he said, I myself took part in as many as 16 battles with our beloved Prophet. Allahu Akbar. So, Islam has not come in this world very easily. Islam has been established in this world after a lot of sacrifice by the Muslims. We can see through this hadith, there's our beloved Prophet took part in as many as 19 battles physically. Our beloved Prophet, during his prophetic life of 23 years, he spent 13 years in Makkah. And our beloved Prophet spent 10 years of his prophetic life in Medina. And during these 10 years, our beloved Prophet physically took part in as many as 19 battles. Allahu Akbar. So, we should remember one thing, that in order to spread teachings of Islam in the world, we shall have to take initiative. We shall have to go forward to spread the teachings of Islam. And whenever we shall go forward to spread the teachings of Islam, when any obstacle come, we shall not be nervous, because obstacle will come to stop Islam. But Islam can never be stopped by anyone. No one will be able to stop this Qur'an. This Qur'an will go forward day by day. And inshallah, if we take any initiative to spread the teachings of this holy book, holy Qur'an and Hadith, inshallah, no obstacle will be able to stop us. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, Inna nahnu nazzalna dhikra wa inna lahu lahafizin. I have revealed this Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, I have revealed this Quran, and I myself is the protector of Quran. So, this Quran will go forward day by day. And day by day, Islam will increase, inshallah. So, being a Muslim, it is our duty to learn the teachings of Islam. There is a Sahih hadith, Man yuridillahu bihi khayran yufaqihu fid din. Hazrat Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu has narrated this hadith. He said that whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want to do welfare of any person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him the knowledge of Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him the knowledge of Quran and Hadith. Man yuridillahu bihi khayran yufaqihu fid din. So, earning knowledge of Islam, earning knowledge of Quran and Hadith, it is a great opportunity for us. And it is the best welfare in this world. So, we shall have to take initiative to learn Quran, to follow the rules and regulations of Quran in our personal life, in our family life, in our social life, as well as in our national life. As per our capacity, we shall have to take initiative to implement the rules and regulations of Quran in our personal life, in our family life, in our social life, in our national life, as per our capacity. It is our utmost duty. It is the utmost duty of a Muslim to acquire knowledge of Islam, to acquire knowledge of Quran and Sahih Hadith. So inshallah, this was the elaborate discussions regarding verse number 145 from Suratu Ali Emraan. Inshallah, now we shall pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before offering prayer to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let us recite Durud Sharif. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma amin. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيه على الإسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الإيمان ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا رب هب لي من الصالحين رب زدني علما أستغفر الله. Oh Allah, some of your servants have been gathered here to take part in discussions from the Holy Qur'an, and we have discussed from your holy book, from Holy Qur'an and Sahih Hadith. During discussions, we have made many mistakes. Please forgive our all mistakes and accept this Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil. Oh Allah, make this Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil a media for our success in the life of here and hereafter. Please forgive our all sins. Oh Allah, increase our sustenance. Oh Allah, you know what are in our hearts. Fulfill our all good desires. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.